At the heart of Gosport on Forton Road stands a building that has seen generations laugh, cry, cheer and connect. The Criterion.
My understanding of the Criterion when it was opened, it had two functions. The first function was as one of the first electric theatres, I suppose they would call it back then. So that was its first, if you want, iteration, and that was really important. That was round about the time when the talkies and movies were completely and utterly exploding. So it had an integral part in Gosport, I suppose, coming into the 20th century in terms of entertainment.
Well, when it first opened, or in its early years, it was one of 5 cinema theatre buildings in Gosport. All the rest have gone. We've lost the lot. The last was the Ritz. So this is the only surviving one. And in its heyday, it was a thriving centre for the community, packed out day after day, night after night.
From silent films to live performances, the Criterion echoed with the voices and dreams of Gosport.
In the sort of 20th century, cinemas were an integral part of people's life. It's where they met, it's where they associated, it's where they picked up some of the fashions. It's what we used to do before we had social media, essentially, and before computers and that sort of home entertainment generation. Cinemas were more than just going to see images, sort of thing. Relationships performed in cinemas. Most people, proposals were done in cinemas. Attitudes were developed and stuff like that through cinema. People needed somewhere to go to gather, to be entertained, and to sort of escape, I suppose, what was going on outside.
Well, when it was built in 1912, it was almost revolutionary because cinema was only just coming in. This is one of the oldest surviving buildings purpose-built for cinema and theatre in the UK. The oldest we know of is 1909, this is 1912. It was the centre for Gosport and entertainment in those days. We have film from the 1920s showing crowds packed outside, people wanting to come in. It was the centre before TV, before people could travel elsewhere for entertainment. This was it.
It was known very much for, particularly in the 60s, horror movies and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stories about people obviously hiding behind seats and stuff like that.
I think the Criterion building means an awful lot to people in Gosport who remember coming in here, remember coming in for the Saturday or Sunday matinees, other cinema shows. There's a lot of affection for the building and a lot of affection for its history as well.
The Criterion is embedded in Gosport's story. Local residents have said they visited the Criterion at least twice a week and used to queue up in all weathers. For over a century, the Criterion adapted to changing times, but its soul remained the same.
Well, it's a really iconic heritage building in Gosport, and if anyone gets the opportunity to go inside it, it is a stunning, stunning building. Which was there for the community, and I suppose that's the important bit, as the Criterion meant a lot to the community, and there's a lot of people's stories embedded in the Criterion.
The building itself, given it has been closed now for over 5 years, it's actually in remarkably good shape and still has many of its historic features. The balcony just behind me, original glasswork, original lampshades even. So there are heritage features that we can save.
What I noticed, like most things, is when something goes, people then regret it. So it's that you don't know what you've got till it's gone thing. And I do feel there was definitely that attitude about the Criterion as a building and losing. I think there was quite a lot of sadness about losing it as a community building. What it would become next probably wasn't on people's mind, but I think it's almost like we've lost another one.
As other venues disappeared, the Criterion has remained, waiting for its cue to return.
I think it's hugely important to restore that building to something that can be used by the community and for the community. Gosport has several entertainment spaces, but it doesn't really punch above its weight when it comes to things like theatre. And having that sort of multi-entertainment type of space, and I think it's hugely important for Gosport now and for this, more importantly, for its future.
We have a vision for this building. We're determined to deliver on it, and when we do, this building will have a new life and can be a significant part of Gosport as a whole, having more life in it again, with the Criterion right at the centre. Watch this space.
Gosport's past is vibrant, and its future can be too. The Criterion's story isn't over yet. It's about to begin again.